The judge fixed his gaze on me. "Do they even realize what you're holding?" he asked. I gave a small nod. Behind me, I felt my parents shift uneasily in their seats. They didn't understand yet. But they would. 10 years earlier, everything in my life split down the middle. No warning, no build-up. Just a knock at my apartment door. I opened it and there stood my sister. Hair tangled, skin pale, clutching a baby like she wasn't sure how to hold it. Her voice was a whisper, "Take her." Before I could even form the word "what," she shoved the bundle into my arms. My niece. Wide-eyed. Silent. "I can't," my sister muttered. "I just can't." Then she turned, walked down the hallway, and vanished. Never looked back. 2 hours later, my parents called. Not to check on me. Not to ask about the baby. Just my father's cold voice on the line, "She's your problem now." And that was final. That was the night I stopped expecting anyone to rescue me. Raising her was brutal. I was 24, broke, juggling 2 jobs. Rent was late, meals skipped, so she wouldn't miss hers. My parents? They never showed up. Not once. On her first birthday, I mailed them pictures. Silence. By her third, I stopped bothering. My sister disappeared completely. No phone calls, no letters, no trace of where she'd gone. And then, 10 years later, the phone rang again. This time it was a lawyer. My parents wanted custody. They claimed I'd cut them off from their granddaughter, poisoned her against them. I didn't yell. Didn't break. I thanked him for telling me, then hung up. And I went straight to the closet. Pulled out the shoebox I'd kept hidden for a decade. Inside? Everything they thought I didn't have. Voicemails from my sister, drunk and slurring, talking about getting rid of the kid. Letters my parents had written, not to me, but to her. Cold instructions, "Do what you have to. We won't get involved." Bank records, every expense I'd covered, doctors, school fees, rent. Not a dime from them. And the crown jewel, an old family email chain where my father typed, "She's better off without us. We don't need a kid slowing us down." Their own words. Preserved forever. For months, I worked quietly. Built my case piece by piece. Hired the best custody lawyer I could afford. Brick by brick, document by document. 10 years of proof that I'd been her only parent. And one sealed folder. My final strike. Court day. My parents walked in glowing with confidence, my mother in pearls, my father smug as ever. They smiled like it was some social brunch. Their lawyers spun lies, painting them as heartbroken grandparents shut out by my spite. I stayed calm. Pulse steady. When it was our turn, my lawyer spoke first. Then he placed that sealed folder in my hands. I stood. My voice clear. "This," I said, laying it before the judge, "is 10 years of their choices. Every word, every refusal, every dollar they never spent." The judge flipped it open. I watched his eyes move over the pages, emails, voicemails, bank records. Then he reached that line, "We don't need a kid slowing us down." His eyebrows lifted. He looked at them. Then at me. And that's when he asked, "Do they even know what you have?" I nodded once. Behind me, my parents shifted again, my mother twisting her hands, my father clenching his jaw. The judge leaned back. Case dismissed. Custody remains with the respondent. Grandparents' visitation rights denied. It wasn't just a win. It was their public unraveling. Outside the courthouse, they caught up to me. My father's face red with fury. "You'll regret this," he hissed. I smiled. "I already don't." And I walked away. That night, my niece was at the kitchen table, pencil in hand, doing homework. She didn't know the details. She didn't need to. She just looked up and asked, "We're okay, right?" "We're better than okay," I told her. Because this wasn't about revenge. It was about protection. Making sure they could never touch her, or me, again. I'd carried that weight for 10 years. And in that courtroom, I finally set it down.